Okay, hello again everyone and good morning. We're going to continue our discussion on factoring. Remember, when you get to Algebra 2, you're expected to be able to factor. Okay? Now, put up here factoring. And remember, every paper you submit to me should have a name, date, and period. And if you don't have that, you may not receive credit. Okay? It helps me do the grades much faster. I'll say it again. Make sure you put ahead. Alright. Well, we already talked about factoring stuff in common, like if you have 4x squared minus 2x, let's say, for example. Well, this one, you can see they have a 2 in common. Now, if you're not real good with your times tables, you would do prime factorization. You would say 2 times 2 and then x. This one would be, the 2 is already prime and the x you just bring down. What do they have in common? Well, they have a 2 in common, so you circle the 2 and take it out. They also have an x in, so 2x is called 2x the greatest. So if you take out the 2 and the x, this one you're left with. This one you're left with nothing. You take the whole thing out to the 1. Okay, say that to yourself. Now you can check it in your head. When you 2x times 2, well, 2x times x squared works. And then 2x times 1 is 2x. So that's the first one we did. That's going to be worksheets or work. If you didn't show me any facts at work, with the problem is you want to see work. The second type of factoring we learned was the difference of two squares, like 4x squared minus 25. This is a perfect square. 2x squared times 2 is 4. And 5 squared. Not sure what happens in my program here. Stay with me now. Okay, so hopefully we're still recording. So here, this is called the difference of two squares. You see, 5 times 5 is 25. So the answer here, the factoring, is going to be 2x plus and 2x minus. Okay, we had a worksheet on that. And again, I want to see the work. This is the work. Okay, some of you didn't show me that. Yeah, show me the work. And we're going to do one more day on factoring, just a basic trinomial. So take, for example, this one. So put number 3, factoring trinomials. And this is trinomials where a is equal to 1. Those are the easy ones. Like, for example, on today's worksheet, we're going to have p squared plus 14p plus 48. Okay? Now, I want to see the work. Now, you should write down the signs. Like a plus and a plus will give you 2 pluses. Minus and a plus will give you 2 minuses. Anything else will give you a plus and a minus. So here, what you're going to do is add these and subtract these. Okay. Remember, there's 4 rules. So take a look at this one. This one's a plus and a plus. So according to that chart, you're going to end up with 2 pluses. So you're going to be adding. So the question is, what times what gives you 48 that's going to add to give you the middle term, which is 14. Okay? That's the end. That's the question. Now I want to see the work. I don't care if you know it, I want to see the work. So put all the factors, not prime factors, but factors. Okay? So 1 times 48. In fact, what I want you to do is write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Write that down every time. So 1 times 48, check. 2 times, well, if you don't know, I do, but if you don't, you take 48 divided by 2. So 2 times 24. Let's see if 3 works. So 48 divided by 3. 3 does work, you see. 3 times 16. That would usually be the one that people miss. See, that adds up to give me 19. We don't want 19. 14. I think 4 certainly works, yeah. So 48 divided by 4 is 12. So 4 times 12. That adds to give me 16. So I don't see it yet. Because this adds to give me 24 plus 2 is 26. So nothing yet. 5 doesn't work. So scratch out 5. 6 times 8 is 48. So just by knowing your times tables, that's your answer. And this is called work. If you don't show me work, I don't care if you know it. Well, I knew it was 6 and 8. Well, maybe 7. But I want to see the work. Just telling you. I don't see the work. I'm not doing it right. No work. Guess what? Some of you, I'll get emails. Why didn't I get credit? Well, maybe you didn't show me work. Maybe you didn't put a heading. Maybe you didn't put a name, date. All right, let's keep moving. So we know it's 6 and 8. So your answer is going to be this. So you're going to say x plus 6 and then x plus 8. Remember I told you FOIL? You always check the outer and inner. So the outer is 8x, positive. The inner is a positive 6x. If you add that up, you get the middle term. If you don't get the middle term when you do the O and the I, the outer and the inner, then you did something wrong. Now let's keep moving. We're going to do one more, and then I'm going to leave you do the rest of these. Like take this one for example. So put number 4. And I'm looking at your worksheet today. So k squared minus 4k minus 60. Write that down. Now look at your chart. This is a minus and a minus. Well, it's not that. It's not that. It's one of these. So one of them is going to be a plus, and one of them is going to be a minus. We don't know which one. We do know that k goes here. So k times k is k squared. We know that. And then a plus and a minus. We know we have to subtract because it's one of these. Remember, if it's not these, then you got something. That's the way you memorize it. Now let's keep moving. Next. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is factor this. And do just what I told you to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Copy that down. I want to see that every time. Okay? So we have 1 times 60. That subtracts to give me 50. 2 times 30. Well, that subtracts to give me 28. 3 times 20, that subtracts to give me 17. You see 20 minus 3 is 17. We don't want 17, but we're getting closer. 4 times what? I think it's 15. You can check it on your calculator. So 60 divided by 4 equals 15. That subtracts to give me 11. Get closer. 5 times what? 5 times 12. What is 12 minus 7? But we're close. 6 times 10. Ooh, there it is. 6 and 10. You see? 10 minus 6 equals 4. That's the middle term. Okay, so we know one of them is 6. So put 6. And one of them is 4. Now here's the tricky part. You see how the middle term is a minus? You want the minus to go with the bigger number. Say it again. You see how the middle term is a minus? The minus goes with the bigger number. So we want 6 and 10. This should have been a 10. So we want the minus with the bigger one. Now let's say I messed up. Let's say I put the minus here. Watch what happens. When I subtract, I get a positive 10k. Or when I do FOIL, positive 10k. And the inner would be a negative 6k. Well, that gives me a positive 4k. I don't want a positive 4k. See, I want a negative. That tells you your signs are wrong. So the plus should have been here, and the minus should have been here. Okay, so always check the outer and inner so you can correct your sign. But just remember, the minus goes with the bigger number. Okay? All right, so I'm going to give you your worksheet. Here's your video. Stay on top of this. Now, you might say, okay, well, Mr. Tubes, let me ask you something. What exactly are we doing here? Well, I can tell you this. You see how this is the answer? K plus 6 and K minus 10. Those are the answers when you factor. Okay. What you can do is set each factor equal to 0. This is a factor. This is a factor. So you can say K plus 6 is equal to 0 and K minus 10 is equal to 0. And then you subtract 6. So you get K is equal to negative 6. That's the real answer. This one right here, you're going to add 10 to both sides and get K equals 10. Now you might say, well, what? Well, okay, well, I got that. Well, this is a parabola. Okay, now I didn't tell you that anything squared is a parabola. It's not a line. A line is straight. Okay? So this is called a parabola. Okay. Now what this means is this one hits the x-axis at negative 6 and positive 10. That's what that means. We are finding roots. These are called roots. Okay, now I'm not really trying to teach you that, but I'm just trying to show you where all of this is gone. Another thing you can do is take the k squared minus 4k minus 60, and you can do something called the quadratic equation, which is x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all divided by 2a. In other words, your a is 1, your b is negative 4, and your c is negative 6. And then you plug it in here, and you're going to get these answers. Now, some of you are pretty good with math, so maybe plug these numbers in and see if you get negative 6. Sure. See if you get 10. But again, I'm not trying to teach you this. I'm just showing you where it's going. For today, all I want you to do is factor. Make sure you show me your factoring. Write down 1 through 8. If I don't see this, I'm not giving you credit. On today's worksheet, you're going to put worksheet number 2. I'll give you the link for number 1. Okay, I said number 2 and wrote number 1. I'm sorry, it was early in the morning. It's 3:25. So put number 2 in today's worksheet. All right, well, that's pretty much it. Well, you have a good morning, and make sure you work, and make sure you factor. You were being bad. You were being bad, little baby.